Hi, my name is Jullia Lim, and I'm a PhD student at Teachers College, Columbia University, studying cognitive science and education. When I used to be a classroom teacher, I fell in love with technology. I loved how technology was able to engage students and help them have fun in the classroom while allowing them to really study and focus and enhance their learning process. I'm still in love with technology, and some of the emergent technologies that I really like looking at or have designed in the past include augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality, and I'm currently learning a little bit more about artificial intelligence. I think technology holds so much potential in enhancing traditional ways of learning and teaching, but at the same time allowing it to be more effective and engaging, and ultimately in the end helping the learners um, really excel and become better students. One of the apps I've designed in the past were working with augmented reality technology, where I used the strength augmented reality technology had in adding layers of digital information on top of physical space. So, for one app idea, what I did was I took AR technology to help autistic children learn how to identify abstract concepts in real life. So, for example, let's say, for example, a student was learning how to identify circles. They would either draw circles on a worksheet, identify circle on the table, circular objects in the room. But as soon as that learning environment changes, that individual may struggle to identify circles in a different setting. So, augmented reality technology helped identify those circles in any environment they went to. So, let's say, for example, I used AR to identify circles in this space. I go over to my friend's house, I'm still able to identify circles in that space, also in the park, at school, and etc. Another technology I explored was virtual reality. VR is a little different from augmented reality in the sense that in a VR space, you are only in that space. You are only in that virtual space, meaning reality and virtual reality does not mix. So if I were to put on a VR headset, I would be transported into a completely different virtual world, meaning I can be transported into the desert, to Antarctica, the Great Wall, or even on the moon. There's so much potential in the VR space to contextualize learning. It allows learners to access locations and spaces that may not be available in real life. The VR app that I created was for stutter patients to practice speech and for specifically for job interviews. So a lot of stutter patients struggle with anxiety. When they are exposed to anxious situations, their symptoms tend to escalate a little bit more. So usually they use speech therapy techniques or they use different techniques to alleviate the stress and anxiety to control the symptoms that may be evident. In our app, what we did was we helped we helped stutter patients practice the alleviation, the speech therapy techniques in the virtual space. And once they were ready to engage in learning, they were transported into a really low poly environment where they were able to talk or practice engaging in conversation with illustration characters or animation characters. Once they were ready, once they felt more ready, we transported them into a realistic setting, such as a classroom, a small room, or even in the park. So we slowly expose the situation and help them adjust to the changes, engage in practice, and overall help with their confidence. Another technology that I explored is mixed reality. The fascinating part of mixed reality is that it combines the strengths of AR and VR. What does that mean? It means, let's say, for example, if I were to put on a mixed reality headset, I would not be transported to a completely virtual world. Instead, I would be able to see layers of digital information put on top of the physical space that I'm in right now. But the strength of MR compared to AR is that I'm able to interact with those elements. So for in one of my social emotional communication apps, we use mixed reality to help students with autism or any other disabilities or any individual who struggled with social interactions engage in different social situations and practice communicating with others with that technology. So the user would put on a headset, decide what kind of situation or what type of person he or she wants to talk to, and even with and through that situation, they would be able to practice conversing the same script in multiple situations with multiple different people. And so through repetition, learners are able to build confidence, feel less anxious, and really practice the social interaction that they need practice with. The greatest strength of this is that it doesn't require another peer or a person to be next to you, because in reality, you don't really have that 24/7 time in your day to really have someone next to you and really practice, right? So technologies like that will allow you to practice wherever, whenever you want for as many times as you need. Another technology I'm exploring these days is artificial intelligence. Now, everyone has been, well, a lot of people have been talking about AI. Now, is so AI is very interesting. Also has a lot of there are many different types of AI, but me specifically, I'm very interested in how generative AI can help with the learning process. So going back to the example of my mixed reality app where autistic individuals were able to practice engaging in social conversation. With the help of AI, that learning experience can be enhanced by being able to engage in a conversation with that virtual character in a more natural conversation tone. Also, other types of generative AI can transform the faces of those virtual characters into more hyper-realistic avatars or even my favorite cartoon characters. Overall, I think technology holds so much potential in helping, diversifying, and personalizing learning in so many different forms. Um, um, Technology is what I love, and I think I'll continue doing it furthermore. Thank you.